name is Chris Fisher, and welcome to the Teen Readout. It's part of the 16th Annual Saskatchewan Festival of Words. The literary programs that are on at the Festival of Words this year are made possible because of the support of our funders at the Canada Heritage, the Council for the Arts, the Sask Arts Board, Sask Culture, Sask Lotteries, and the City of Moose Jaw. So thank you to them. I had the privilege of working with these 14 bright and energetic young writers from the area for the last week. We started on Monday and we're finished today. And you're going to hear a short piece from each of them very soon. There's 14 of them, and they're keeping their readings to 20 minutes or less each, so you should be able to hear by supper time. It should be good. So the teen writing program is done in partnership with the Sage Hill Writing Experience. Also, each of these writers, there's 14 of them, so 14 sponsorships were made available. So each of them got a sponsorship, and that's really good. And that was sponsored by either an individual or a service club or a business in town, and we're going to be thanking those people today as well. So that was fantastic. The teens, as you're going to see and hear, they're all gifted, and they're keen, and they're creative, and they're energetic. And they're all anxious to show you their stuff. So we're going to get started right now. Our first reader is Rebecca Ferguson, and she is from Ripple High School in Regina. This is her first year here, and she is going into grade 12 this year. So if I could have Rebecca, or Becca, please come on up.
Hi. When I showed up to this camp, we got like a big folder that had a lot of stuff in it, like upcoming events that we could go to. And there was a flyer for an open mic at one of the coffee shops. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna read a poem at the open mic. And it kind of set in. I'm reading a poem in front of strangers. I'm talking in front of strangers. I am public speaking. And you know, you get really anxious thinking about that, and that was the inspiration for this one. And it's called Public Speaker. I am anxious. I'm reading my poem on stage tonight. I'm standing in front of strangers and trying to speak. There isn't much to fear, but I'm terrified. I can't read this poem. Why did I choose it? The mic is at my lips. The show must go on, but how can it if I'm a wreck? My palms are slick with sweat. My nails break between my teeth. I'm breathing like an asthmatic while I shake like an addict. I apologize to the crowd, the front row especially, whose tables will endure my stomach coming from my mouth and me biting my tongue so hard I share my taste buds with you. I'm sure you can all hear my teeth chattering as my brain rips itself apart, all thanks to this amazing crowd. I know I'm whitewater rafting through this last line, but there'll be a golden river running down my leg if I don't finish my poem in time. I'm a privacy addict and I'm close to my fix, so I'll give you my send-off, though it's a half-baked thought. Yeah, that's it, thanks.
And the second person that's going to be reading is Kendra Shalami. Sorry, did I make a mess of that, Kendra? Shalami? Kendra, this is her second year here, and she's a leader in the group. She's from Central Moose Jaw, and she's a great poet, and she's going into grade 11. And I'm going to have her come up now.
My poem is called This Is Love. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words they cut like knives. And as we fight, those knives draw blood, words become entangled in the atmosphere. There was love here once. Mom claims that you love us. That you two were in love, but you said I was a mistake. I broke your heart. I broke your marriage. Yet you claim you love me. I remind you of what you did to her, what you've done to me, the bruises you gave, the names you call. You feel guilty. Guilt makes you feel more pain. Pain makes you more mad. Don't you understand that concept? Anger fills our hearts. Knives are thrown. I regret everything. Can't we just say one nice word to each other? Can't I have a dad just once? Can we try to love each other? I guess not, because nothing ever changes. He's not all bad. He just never left his world of abuse. And neither will I. And if this is love, I want no part of it.
We're just going to have a Becca and Kendra show. Come on back up. And you each get these.
So one of the assignments was to make a poem, kind of like Dr. Seuss, where everything rhymed afterwards. So this was mine and Becca's attempt to make a poem like Dr. Seuss.
The topic was space.
And we got a list of about 8 words of stuff we had to include. And as we started talking, we both realized that we were in love with the movie Labyrinth. And Ludo, the big hairy object thing, then became our inspiration for this and what would happen if he went into space. And we needed a word to rhyme with planet, so then sonnet became that word. So it then became a creepy space Muppet love poem. So here it is.
Ludo
Rode to the pseudo
planet Pluto,
on his star.
very far,
On the he wrote to write a sonnet
on the planet
for his eternal lover. His first verse,
was very rehearsed.
in this universe,
Searched the galaxy
for his pixie,
through the abyss,
for his Alice,
readying for his
infinite
infinite
commitments. On the pseudo,
planet Pluto,
he survived.
and when he arrived,
Alice opened the wormhole
to make a black hole
in
in
his
his heart.
Avery Fields comes to us from O'Neill High School in Regina. This is her second year she's come here, and she is going into grade 12 this year, and we're very glad to have her. Avery.
Okay. Hi. Yeah, good.
Okay. I wake with a start. I feel the rope digging into my wrist, making every movement painful. Sirens wail so loudly, my whole body trembles. A light glow comes from the wall in front of me, but it's too dim. I struggle trying to cover my ears. I have no usable senses. I'm in a blind, immobile state. When my eyes adjust to the darkness, I realize I'm alone. Perhaps they have forgotten me, or has Jacobs decided to lock me up in this torturous prison until Dohan returns. Maybe this is how they plan to kill me. Starvation or dehydration. I imagine the pain of hunger, the longing for water. I lick my chapped lips, suddenly thirsty, my throat dry. A new noise pierces the night, something I've only heard stories of, something I never thought existed. A bomb. As if to prove me correct, a burst of color comes to life through the window. I watch the flames light up the cabins in the distance. Still, the sirens wail. The need to live replaces my earlier abandonment. I scream desperately, my voice barely audible over the noise, blurs into the night air. I turn to the rope, tying my wrist to the wooden pole. It refuses to give. I can smell the smoke in the air. Soon the fire will reach me. I rub the rope against the wood, trying to get a tear, but the rope is too tough, the wood too old. I cough through the smoke, losing my earlier strength. Still, unwilling to give up.
Our next reader is Michaela Farn. She's from Central in Moose Jaw. This is her first year, and she's going into grade 10. Welcome.
It's cool. Okay, can everybody hear me? Okay. What is perfection? Being able to master something, having no mistakes, and yet mistakes teach you. You define your actions. You control your perfection. At the end of the day, you make your own perfection. Limits are only as complicated as you believe. What is perfection? It's opinion, a state of mind. It's you.
Our next reader is Andrea Martineau, who's from Peacock and Moose Jaw. This is her first year here, and she's going into grade 12.
Okay, so when I was a little kid, I was one of those kids who had those like crazy overactive imaginations that never seemed to shut off. So as a result of that, I ended up with some pretty weird nightmares. So this is kind of a letter to my subconscious. Dear nightmare, you bully, barging your way into my mind, bulldozing through my thoughts, collecting fear to let loose later. Slamming the door, barricading yourself inside. Sleep on the other side, begging, let me in, like a trembling puppy shut out in the cold. Deaf, mute, vision blurred, black and white, gray. Gray. Blindly running, warning others to escape. No one listens, no one budges. I can't save them, I can't save myself. Getting brave, defiant, I try to fight back, but you freeze me in place. I scream and struggle, you push me, I fall, chopping everyone else. They fall. Dominoes. You're unreasonable, warped, deranged. I want out, I need out, I will get out. Afraid of closing my eyes, the dark, suffocating. I'm lost, but just wait. Sincerely, your victim, your prey, Andrea.